Hi everyone, this is the final video out of a three-part mini-series on blockchain and trade finance during COVID-19, brought to you by Singapore Computer Society's Blockchain Special Interest Group. Next up, we have CY, who is the head of trade finance at Agrocorp. CY will weigh in from the trader's perspective and also provide insights as to how Agrocorp has been leveraging blockchain technology to soften the impact of COVID.
Hi, I'm CY and I work for a trading company doing trade finance. And the topic today on COVID-19 and where trade finance is today. If you see the market, typically we are in an unprecedented world. With COVID-19 additionally, it has pushed technology to the forefront. With most of us working from home, it's gotten to a stage where we are very dependent on technology, together with the blockchain technology that has always been there. But I think with this series of events, it's actually been a boom for the technology sector, and it's always been something that we've been looking at. It's a tool that was looked at as for the future, but I think given where the COVID is today, everybody's working from home. Banks are let's say, not working 100% of the time, with half in the office, half at home. Technology is now critical, and speed of technology is put to the test today. If you look at the trade finance world today, the blockchain technology has always been on the thoughts of most companies' mind, especially in the trading world where speed and knowledge is one of the key things to look at. So I think given where we are today, with banks also trying to get things done up better, and also faster with less amount of people, specifically from a transaction perspective in trade finance, everything needs to be logged, and it has to be traced, and traceability is the biggest key. Together with, of course, us trading in the agri sector, and going from the farmers to the distributors in different countries, it's also given us an opportunity to trace the product, where people understand where the food they eat, and exactly which farm it comes from, which plot of land it comes from. I think the blockchain technology is here to stay. And also, I think given the COVID situation, it has accentuated the industry. It's also given us quite a strong push, which I think, given the COVID and where everybody is stuck working from home, it reflects the fact that we really have to look at this technology seriously and put more effort, money, time into developing these much faster. That's, I think, even after the circuit breaker, the closure of many countries, it's caused us to look at the way we do business differently, and technology is a huge part of it, where we need it now more than ever. I think that's really the base case after going through this circuit breaker, working from home, the speed of doing things, the efficiency of doing things. Hopefully we can get the more documents electronically, so people will do things faster and from a remote location, rather than actually having to base the bulk of trade finance specifically, because trade finance is a paper industry, and that has never changed for years. And I think this is the trigger where we can see things are changing, and it reflects to us that given where technology is today, it's caused us to reflect on our business, relook at our business model, how technology can assist much better in such a scenario, which I think it will be the way of the future. People will trade faster. Data will be required to stream faster, and we need to trace everything that we do. Right, everything needs to be logged. It has to be tracked, and I think where we are seeing the wave of technology today, we see that as not just a permanent fixture to our industry, and specifically trade finance as well, but also, one of the key tools that we need to use going forward. I mean, together with the blockchain technology and our association with DLT working on the trade finance flow, we have also successfully executed quite a number of transactions with the likes of Cargill and so on, and it has proven itself. So I think the biggest trick is to get everyone on board and get into a stage where we feel that this is the next way to trade and the next thing to do to actually accentuate our business model and to cope with the new business world. I think blockchain at the end of the day is will be something that's here to stay, and it will definitely evolve into a much better tool and all that. I think the effort needs to come from the industry itself. Myself, I'm a big advocate of blockchain, especially in the trade finance world, where we need to move on. I think that I think is the message to the industry. We need to move on, and we need to move a little bit faster than what we used to have. And I think that's where we, given this situation where the COVID-19 has tested the boundaries of trading and trade finance, we need to see that is the end result, right? The data that we've collected over this period and going forward collecting more is to reflect the fact that blockchain and trade finance is here to stay. And we need to band together to get it evolved in a more efficient way. Not just trading companies, but also with the banks together. The financial industry needs to recognize the fact that it is now a tool that is not just a good to have, but at the end becoming mandatory over the next 5 to 10 years. The trading business is no more similar as what it used to be. People are more subjective to what they eat, where it comes from. The people want to know more information. And I think with blockchain, the gathering of information, the segmentation of information, the filtration allows us to cater to the customer's needs and requirements. And I'm, like I said, a big advocate, but at the same time, I hope the industry itself, given where we have come out and will come out from lockdown, will endeavor for the industry to move towards this road. Trade finance is an old industry, very paper-based. Converting is not an easy thing. I think it takes all of us to do it. It's not something that we can do it individually on our own, but we can see that it is now something that has shown its capability, and it is the way of the future. So, given the fact where the COVID-19 has taught us quite a few lessons in sustainability, technical framework, speed of doing business using technology, I think the key focus is basically trying to get the organization and the industry into the mode at the moment and put more focus on these tools and evolve the tools in the coming years, which I think we have learned that in this COVID-19 situation is the way to go. Trading is trading. It will not go away, but I think it will get faster and faster, and trade finance together with blockchain and the technology needs to go into a serious partnership to make it that way. So from a trading perspective, I think it's not just a good to have. It's now become almost mandatory. And I think that's where the trading industry is going towards. Unfortunately, the trading industry is not in good shape today, but it's an evolution phase. Everybody goes to the direction of the industry, and I think we need to make sure that we are there. And every player in the industry is already on a certain level into technology, but I think that needs to be stepped up, and the effectiveness, the sustainability, traceability are the key focus of doing this business. So from me, I think in terms of trading, we need it. This is a product that's not going to go away, and it will be one of the standard tools in our arsenal in the trading industry going forward. Thank you.